traders, what up investors? Thank you for tuning in for another fantastic video. Today we're going to be looking at FUTU, which is a holding company that is a Chinese-based brokerage account. This was noted by Investor Business Daily a couple weeks ago of being a very high potential IPO stock. It kind of came on my radar. I've been doing some scans. We saw a very large order today coming out via an options trade on call options going out all the way into May of 2021, buying about $18 million worth of this call option. Pretty astronomical amount again, that's a very large position at one given side. This again potentially is a large trader, potentially hedging his or her bets, buying very deep in the money calls, because again, we talked about the $65 call. The stock's currently at 165, so it's a very strong number to kind of see this one potentially go in here. So without further ado, let's kind of just jump into the main screen here, jumping into, again, FUTU stock here, trading, again, pretty massive run from basically the end of the year to now. Again, not just trading here in the United States has exploded around the world. A lot of folks have been getting into not just options, but just trading, getting into experiencing the very low commission rates to zero to be able to get into invest and so forth. On this one, again, looking here at the trade, we saw it come through again that May 21, so the 21st of May 2021, they bought 1,815 of, again, paying for around $103.70, again, for that delta of 98 for those $65 calls here. And when we do a duplicate order on that, of course, you can kind of get that amazing number at $18.8 million worth of options being purchased. That's a pretty significant amount of options prices here. And then we jump into the May options here. You can kind of see here that volume very highly kicked up. There was multiple of other things that were traded here. Again, a little bit wide again, but there's 8,777 options that were traded today. So hopefully tomorrow we'll see that 4,700 translate over to the open interest column. So we'll see a larger number going there. So please put that in your notes, and I'm going to do that really fast right now. Anyway, so, and while I should have said while I was jotting something down, I hopefully, if you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe button if you've learned something or you appreciate the content. And the same note, before we kind of just jump into the whole charting of everything, I want to talk about some affiliate links down in the description. Very simple. Audible, you love listening to books, check that out. Very great stuff in the sense of being able to go on the go. Fantastic product. Check that down below so you get your free book. And the second link is going to be the Tastyworks account. So Tastyworks account is what I use for trading options. I don't use FUTU or Webull or Robinhood. I use Tastyworks. So that's the platform that I know and love. If you're interested on opening up an account of $2,000 or more, you have the chance of selecting 100 free stock or 10 options within opening up an account of $2,000 or more. So anyways, that being said, let's go back into the fun action stuff of FUTU. Large hedge fund placing a massive bet here. Looking here strictly at the chart here on the daily side here, you're seeing that pretty interesting plays coming in here. It has been, again, since the beginning of the year, has been holding the 5 and 8 moving averages here. That's the white and pink line here, and has been slowly kind of, again, with the market sell-off that we did have this past week. It didn't really sell off as much as you would have thought with that pattern coming in here, looking for some initial support coming in exactly at the 21 EMA. So very impressive moves here again. So 147 to 150 is short-term support. With this gap up today, again, it's only up 8.44%. I'm only saying only. And in after hours trading, it's already up another $5. So you're seeing that kind of continuously kind of rise up again. The spreads are kind of wide on some of the options here because, again, it's not the most liquid options you can see here on some of the shorter dated stuff here in March here, seeing pretty wide spreads here and not that much volume on a daily basis, but there is quite significant some open interest without a doubt on this particular stock. So looking here in the daily chart, so what are we looking for? Potentially that 21 EMA to show us that short-term support. If we do get a breakout here, we're really looking for a break above 180. That could be the first sign of a fairly large move coming if we do see the volume zone oscillator. So that's the bottom of the screen here. You're seeing it kind of bounce off that first red line. It's still in negative territory. So if we do get that volume capitulation and that momentum to kick us higher here, with the coinciding with the RSI also going higher, this definitely could rocket ship higher. So that 180 is going to be the first level of resistance. But then you know you love them, your parabolic SAR dots. Those two little purple dots as of right now coming up here would be around that $204 range. So if we do get a break above 200, I think this definitely could run. Being very mindful here, we do have earnings coming out potentially the 17th of March. So we could easily see a potential move in this option into earnings. It does have weekly options. It looks like it's potentially it's hard to say. It looked like it could be potentially next week. What did I say? The 13th potentially. It's not confirmed yet. Let me look at one more source here. Okay, someone else is saying the 18th. So that's going to be coming into, again, right in front of monthly expiration. So again, it's not completely confirmed yet because it doesn't have the little conference icon with the little phone number or the phone on it, which like you see here on this particular logo right here. So the play, if we stay above, the support above 150, this easily could potentially kind of rebound here and really get a nice little potential earnings run. Again, I think you'd know that I'm not a big fan of holding calls through expirations, because if we do, that's again kind of a coin flip, so be very mindful about that. Potentially playing just the earnings run. It's just the beginning of March, has earnings in about 2 weeks, so looking for that catalyst potentially to try to push it higher with the overall composite of the NASDAQ and the bulls in the market trying to kind of push higher here. Anyway, so that's going to be fantastic on that note. So I have a new segment I wanted to start and talk about. It's going to be called Speculative Trade Idea with Ken. Boom. Okay, I haven't completely flushed it out yet. I'm working on music and other kind of stuff to kind of make this a little bit more animated. And as you can see here, we have our friend Leo and of course the Wall Street Bets folks hinting this is a very speculative play. So just something to look at. You don't have to play it. I'm not playing it most likely. It's just something that is a interesting play that are setting up for a potential move higher or lower. But in this case, we're going to be looking at, I don't have another sound effects. I was going to do another sound effects, but let's go back to the main screen. We're going to be looking at Bed Bath & Beyond, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I know. Have you heard enough about this one? Bed Bath & Beyond, again, very much, again, entitled with the speculative play, very much driven by the folks on Wall Street Bets, and somewhat of a reopening play. They are transitioning and doing other things to kind of make their brand more flourishing in this 2021 kind of time zone or time frame. Technically speaking, looking just at the chart, I'm not using any outside news or events or any kind of stuff to make the wheel spin in my head. Technically speaking, very simplistic trade here that we potentially can be looking at. It's been holding that 26.66 range. So we're looking for that to potentially hold. If we get that momentum to push higher here, again, with a potential squeeze, we have that red into yellow. The RSI and the volume zone oscillator have both been very dormant. So if we do get that capitulation and get that move higher here, we could easily see that squeeze kick into play and potentially run up to $30, even to $32. And we'll see on how and where the parabolic SAR dots are setting up there. On the hourly chart, which is again really just showing in the potential level here. So 2666 is very much just kind of cut and dry right down the middle of this action, just continuous chop, just like no selling, no going higher, just kind of just meandering here and just kind of not doing next to anything. At the same note, on the daily chart, we are seeing some support coming in around the 50 SMA. So if I had to put in $1,000 or whatever to this trade, I would potentially risk up to support around the 50 SMAs, around 25, 30, 25, 50, and then potentially try to look for that $32 to $35 price targets to come in if the potential squeeze does happen. As of right now, the catalyst, we have earnings already behind us. But this being said, I think that this could be a very, again, speculative trade. So this does not mean YOLO it, don't put in your whole account. This is like less than 1% of your portfolio to kind of play with these. Again, I'm a very conservative individual when it comes to managing the money, and I want to be very mindful about that. I'm not going to be throwing in 35, 40% in this particular option or play here. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for stopping by for another fantastic video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like and subscribe. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. If not, I'll see you guys on the flip side or on the next live stream. This is Ken from the Dyslexic Investor, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.